How do extramarital affairs begin? The topic of extramarital affairs is one that causes shivers to most married couples. If you like this kind of content, then you're in the right place. This is the Mom Liz channel. Karibu, welcome to the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Extramarital affairs is a mystery. How do you declare to someone that you love them? You declare to the whole world that you love this person on your wedding day. Then a few months or a few years down the line, you turn your back on them. It is amazing. It's also a topic that affects our Maker in the Bible, as he warns the Israelites of the calamities that will befall them because they have left their first love and turned to idol worship. In our earlier video, we talked about his needs, her needs, and it's a book that we'll still look at today by Willard Harley. It's a book that talks about his needs and her needs, the needs of each and every couple. So in the last video, we learned that, and if you haven't watched the video, please go back and watch it. We learned that if your partner's needs are not met, then your partner becomes frustrated. The partner feels wasted. They feel like they have been shortchanged. So how do extramarital affairs begin? This is something that is very important for us to discuss. And it is something that we need to know as a married couple, because as always, prevention is better than cure. This is how extramarital affairs begin. And that's even according to the book that we're looking at this month by Willard Harley. So the first step to an extramarital affairs is it always begins as a friendship. It begins with someone you know. It could be a workmate, it could be a friend, a couple's friend, it could be a neighbor, it could even be a house girl, someone in your own house. It has to be someone that you see every day. So as it starts as a friendship, this is someone you kind of share your problems with. Why? Because as a couple, you feel frustrated. You're the one whose needs are not met. So you reach out to this person who is near you. It could be a workmate. It could be someone even you're in a committee with. Someone you meet frequently. That is the starting point. Someone you meet frequently and someone you regard. You see frequently. Could be a friend. So you feel the need to talk to someone because you feel that these needs of yours that are not met are overwhelming. So you start sharing with this person your needs. And as the friendship deepens, you start giving each other mutual support and encouragement. For example, if you're a woman and your financial support is not there, so you share with this person, let's say a man, a workmate, and you tell them, Baba Toto doesn't give me money, I'm really stressed. Or if you're a man, you share with the woman, your workmate, and you tell them, my wife doesn't meet my sexual needs. So this is where now your friendship deepens and secrecy fuels the intensity. So when the unfulfilled person, the unfulfilled partner, finds encouragement from this other person, from this other friend, you find that the attraction towards that person acts as a magnet. You start having the feel-good hormones. And sooner or later, what happens is you find yourself in bed with this supportive friend. Remember, you didn't intend. as they say, it just happened. Then a friendship grows. A friendship that grows into an affair is not based on physical attraction. Most of the time, you'll find a woman saying, "Gosh, you should see the woman my husband is having an affair with. She's not even attractive." You mean he couldn't get a better person, a more beautiful person, at least? You're mistaken, my dear sister. Extramarital affairs are not based on physical attractions. They're based on emotional attraction. The main thing is that the person your spouse is moving out with, he finds her attractive, in the sense that he finds her encouraging, he finds her considerate. Why? Because this other person is meeting the need that you are not meeting. So the crazy thing that happens usually is that when you get caught in an affair, you and your lover share a strong bond, willingness to meet each other's needs. It actually becomes a passionate sexual relationship. So you'll find that you lose all your sense of judgment. Even when people tell you, surely, what are you doing to your wife? What are you doing to your husband? You've lost all your sense of judgment and you've become addicted to this person. Why? Because this relationship is a fantasy. This is a relationship that is built on addiction. It's just at another level. And you find that it's an exciting, affairs are exciting. Why? Because number one, it's a fantasy. It's out of this world. Then secondly, you kind of ignore each other's faults and their shortcomings. You bring out the best in each other and you're sexually turned on. Reality is actually behind you, according to Harley. You have passionate love-making sessions without a care. And the problem is, the longer it goes on, the more difficult it becomes to break it off. So the starting point is that the problem begins by you looking outside your marriage, outside your exclusive marriage bond, looking for support. Instead of sitting down with your partner and telling them, this is the challenge that I have, my need in this area is not being met, you seek to discuss it with an outsider. That is wrong. But usually what happens is, sometimes you tell your spouse and he doesn't listen. And that's why we need to look at his needs, her needs. Or maybe as a lady, you assume that he should be knowing what you need. Of course, they don't know. What usually happens when you start sharing outside your marriage, it may take a few months or years, but an affair can develop. It can turn to affair. So the one thing, our takeaway for today is that the one thing that I've personally learned is that when a friend, a colleague, a neighbor, and especially of the opposite sex, shares his frustrations and unmet needs, please just refer them to either someone of the same sex or refer them to a marriage coach or a counselor. And this is where we marriage coach come in. We will help you to move forward. A counselor will help you to go through traumatizing issues, but the marriage coach will help you to move forward, and especially when you're ready to move forward in your marriage. So our take for today is, don't wait for an affair to be brewed. Get to know your partner's needs and get to meet it. So our time is well spent. Thank you so much for joining us, and we shall move on to get to look into details, what his needs and her needs are and how to meet these needs. So keep in touch. May the Lord be gracious to you. May you be blessed and may your marriage be fulfilling. Shalom and God bless you. Thank you.